Hey, what's up, you guys? Explorer with Cody here, along with John and Steve. Right now, we are in an abandoned school for the mentally disabled. It was opened in the early 1900s, closed in the mid-1990s, and it was actually a school that was shut down because of inhumane practices that were being done to the patients here, such as patients being covered in their own feces and vomit and stuff, really nasty stuff. So the judge who was on the case had to come down. He undercover looked at the place and shut this place down in the mid-1990s. So yeah, we're gonna go explore this place now. There's actually a lot of asbestos in this place that we've already noticed just coming in from the basement. So we're wearing our masks for this one. But as we first come down here, it's very dark and wet. There's a lot of windows here, but they're all boarded up except for some on the ends. So the only little bit of light that's coming in is the light from the window all the way down there. Whoa, look at this. This empty room, well, almost empty room. The floor is wet. I finally got some boots, like everyone's been asking for. Look at this. There's just a chair left here in the middle of the room. This water is deep too. But look at that. This would be one of the common rooms, I believe. There's a lot of chairs here and couches, so this is probably one of the common rooms that all the kids would stay at and play at. This kind of looks like a kid's toy. Come into another room, and look at this machine. It's all charred. Looks like it was burned or something. Kind of looks like a table you would use for arts and crafts. And it can be lowered or adjusted for your height. Can you believe this? Someone's writing this profanity on the wall. I like Nickelback. Oh god. It's also very damp and wet. So I don't recommend doing this without a respirator. I've actually seen a lot of kids walking around here, and they look like they just came from school. Like they're wearing their track uniforms, and they're walking around these places. But we know that there's tons of asbestos here, so I do not recommend that. Oh wow, look at this tub. This looks like a special tub here. It might be an ice bath? What is this? It has a temperature gauge on it, so it's definitely a specialty temperature controlled bath. Got some dressers in here and a bed. There was 700 kids living here at once, so I'm wondering how many were per room. I just see one bed, a really big poster of the wilderness. But it's pretty nice to see. Especially if you're having terrible conditions around here. It's nice to have just kind of a little reminder of the happiness outside.
Seriously.
You going upstairs?
Yeah, go upstairs. Let's go upstairs.
So this looks like it might have been one of the dorm buildings, because every room in here is kind of empty, but has a bed or a dresser in it. So let's see what else we can find. We're on the second floor now. We just came up. It still looks like a lot of dorms. So this is just a very open room. With pretty open windows as well. What do you think this was, Steve? I think this is probably a common room or something. But it's also leaking like the rest of the building. Yeah, I'm guessing maybe that's where games were.
Could be.
Maybe board games were there. Right now we're on the roof of this building. There's a lot of other buildings nearby, so we gotta stay quiet. This is the elevator shaft. on the roof.
You're a brave soul for looking down on that. Yeah, a brave soul for even looking up.
Look at this room. It's covered in padding.
Yes, it's very padded up. What could this been used for?
If someone was like trying to hurt themselves or something, sometimes
They would pad up the room.
they pad up the room, yeah, so that they don't hurt themselves.
Yeah, I seen in the movies when it was all padded, the entire room.
Yeah. We're heading back out. We're gonna go try and get into another building. It's like a complex, so it's a big school that had 700 kids. So there's bound to be a couple dorm rooms, probably like a theater and something else. We'll go check out.
This is like the floor of it. Dude, this looks so dope.
Whoa. This is a giant theater. It's been burned. It's about to be taken down. Oh my god. Look at this. It's about to collapse at any moment. Dude, this is amazing. This is so cool. Whoa. Holy. So this was a giant theater for all the kids who would come here. They'd come and watch plays, and now it's covered in graffiti. There used to be chairs here too, but they got ripped out. So guys, we just got into the coolest place on this campus. It is a major theater where all the school kids would come and watch plays and probably movies as well. This is the coolest part, and it's about to be taken down within the next few weeks probably. But just look around this place. It's amazing.
It's so legit.
This is so sweet.
So this place is used for mental health.
Look at that. So a lot of times you guys wonder if we see anyone else in here, and we do. We found Sam this time. Sam,
it's like Walking Dead.
yeah, Sam has led us into this amazing building. Without him, we probably wouldn't be able to get in here. And this is the coolest one. These are some of the chairs that are left here. There's not much, but there is a couple chairs left. This is the top of the theater. Some might say these are the best seats in the house.
There used to be a bunch of seats, so it used to be like a full theater, but I guess someone decided to rip them all out. But it used to be pretty cool. You could just sit up here like on a cool like summer night and just chill here and like listen to all the sounds. And it was it's still pretty amazing.
Was this a control room?
Yeah.
It looks like where they control all the lights and stuff. But this place is completely trashed. It's part of the reason why they're just not trying to fix it up, but they're just trying to destroy it. What is this?
Not really sure, but it's such a cool view.
Whoa.
Right now, it's like seeing it like open, goes right down on the stage.
Okay, so this is also.
Oh, so that's an opening to the floor? Yeah.
Wow, guys. There's an actor's in a second.
So this goes down to the bottom floor where the theater is. This is like an opening hatch that they would open if they needed to drop things down or pull them up from the stage. This is the roof that has been collapsed in. It's starting to get all creaky in here. there's just like chairs, remains around here. In the winter, there will be snow piles like up to here, just from snow that's gathered in here, because it stays very cold. So off in the side room here, it looks like everything's been collapsed. It just looks like this was a prop room or a dressing room. They had the stands here that had all the costumes, and it's all coming down. Such a shame. So we're in another side room here, and all the ceiling is coming down. Look at this right here. That's about to fall down any second. That's like a grate. But this is these are all the dressing rooms and the side rooms. There was a fire here at one point, so kind of just burned and wore down the whole building. Look at this chair. It has a seatbelt on it. This is so the kids wouldn't get up and move during the show.
They have to stay and watch.
Yeah, it's got a seatbelt. All right, guys. So that's it. We are finishing up this mentally ill school. We actually ran into our friend Sam here. We never met him before, but he is very knowledgeable about this place, and he actually got us into this theater, which we didn't think we'd be able to get into. So we're lucky that we found him. So we're finishing up here. He actually knows a little bit of history on this place.
It was built in the early 1900s, and it closed just recently, fairly recently, in the 90s. And the patients here were treated awfully. They had their teeth forcibly removed to be fed, and they were left to their own because there was never enough staff. They were just moaning and rolling around the halls, hitting their head against walls and everything. So as you can imagine, it must have been pretty awful to be here.
Yeah, they had also really, if you were deemed mentally ill, even if you only had a few symptoms and you weren't like fully mentally ill, you would be put in here and given the same treatment as everyone else. So it wasn't really exactly fair or like, you know, singular people being treated differently. It was kind of just one big hole of everyone being treated really bad. That's it for now. Check out Exploring with John, Exploring with Steve, and we'll have all the links below. Thanks for watching, guys.